Hi everybody, this is Shelly
and Darla
here from EDFIN TV live on our Friday night. We're coming to you live here from EDFIN for College, and as you notice tonight, our host is Darla. Nancy has taken the night off tonight. So Nancy, Corday, Mediterranean chef, we miss you, girl. Okay. So we just want to come here tonight. We have some special guests for you tonight, but before we start with the special guest, we actually want to send lots of thank yous out there to everybody. But before we do that, we want to introduce ourselves. So you go first. Introduce yourself completely.
Hi, I'm Darla Delane. I am a strategic marketing coach and speaker. I help ambitious small business owners who are driven to make more money implement a 5 profit area formula so that they can get all the leads and sales that they want.
Yes, and I can say that I have experienced your leads and the whole formula, which is amazing, and it's working on my website.
Your website is so awesome.
It's off the charts.
Yeah.
I got an email from Google that said that our website, and I forget the word they used, but they basically saying our website is like off the charts.
Oh, that's fantastic. I'm amazing. So happy.
So I need to give that to you so you can see that.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And to introduce myself, I am Shelly Rufin. I am your local expert college planner here at EDFIN for College. I've been in business here for about 25 years. I worked 15 years for colleges before, but been in business for about 25 years. I have a bachelor's in management, a master's in human services, a master's in clinical counseling and neuroscience, and finishing up my PhD in psychology and industrial organization. And I am a published author.
Yes, you are, girl.
I'm a published author.
Fantastic.
So super exciting. So now we're going to go into the good stuff, which is all the thank yous we have for our entire community out there, right?
Lots of them this week.
Oh my gosh.
A whole lot.
What we do.
Yeah. I first would like to start with thanking the Temecula Valley Entrepreneurial Exchange, In SoCal Connect, Epic, and UC Riverside for including me as a mentor in their startup workshop we just finished. We did it for 3 Wednesdays in a row. Okay. Some amazing brand new startup entrepreneurial businesses.
Nice.
And they took their work, they worked their tails off, and they just are already come so far with it. I'm super excited about these businesses starting in our community. So we'll get some of them on the show too, because there's some exciting things happening with them. So thank you for including me in that.
And on the small business side, next Friday here at EDFIN, we will have our small business theme going on. Like tonight's an education theme, but we have a small business segment, so we have 2 special women on here talking about their rags to riches, what they've accomplished. Yeah. So your other thank yous here you have is who else now?
Well, yesterday morning, Daniel E. Green as in money, as he says, CPA, and I did a workshop called 10K Today for business owners.
10K Today.
Yes. So we found business owners, each of us found them $10,000 each in their business.
That's your new hashtag.
Yeah,
10,000 today.
10K Today. And we had a great turnout. A lot of really wonderful business owners were there. And I just want to thank Daniel for doing that with me. Wow. And then I also want to thank our sponsor, which was Diane and Scott Strand with JDS Actor Studio and JDS Video and Media.
Yes.
They let us use their beautiful theater space. We did a tour afterwards so we could see their green screen, which is huge. Yes. 41, I think it's a 41-foot green screen.
Yeah, I saw that.
Concave.
Yeah,
it's amazing. Yeah. They've done so much there. So thank you to them for sponsoring the event.
And then with JDS production, JDS Academy, and then they have the Creative Academy where kids come in and do acting, and it increases self-esteem.
Exactly.
There's a lot of things going on there.
That's their nonprofit.
It is
amazing work. They did a fashion camp this summer too, and they have an amazing fashion room there. Okay. Marie Waite was involved in that.
Marie Waite, finest women in real estate in our community.
Really amazing program. That was really cool.
So just check out Diane and Scott Strand at JDS Production Studios. They have things like she's saying for kids and
all ages,
all ages,
acting,
adults too,
script writing, video production, just anything like that. It's an amazing facility.
It's a lot of fun.
It is.
Just stop by and say hi to us.
Yes, definitely.
All right, and let's see what else you got going on here.
Well, I have another workshop that Naomi Calderon, who is a holistic health coach, and I are doing tomorrow morning at JDS Studios. That will start at 9 a.m. And we are doing a workshop on how your your business can support your health, and your
Oh,
health
nice.
can support your business.
Yeah.
So we're going to give some great systems
That's
so that you feel
huge.
really supported in that. We're going to
That's
do that
huge.
both on
That's
Saturday
huge.
morning
Yeah.
as well as Monday morning. And so please, you can stop by there, or you can go to basics.gr8.com, and I'll put that on our comments there, so you
Yeah,
can get
it'll be
that
on the
if you want to
comments.
find out some more about that. And it's also sponsored by JDS, so they
Yes.
are really, really supporting the businesses in the area, which is really cool.
And then when we're done with the segment, we will with the show, we'll go ahead and put JDS Production Studio, tag them on here, so you know where to find them and find more information about what they do and how they
Yes.
help our youth and just people of all ages
Yeah.
with their Creative Academy. And let's see here, and then we also have shout out to our Vera Divas
Yes.
out there. You know who you are out there. This next Thursday, August 31st, we're going to be having our Divas Week. There's a huge group of us that get together, big luncheon,
support each other in our businesses,
support each other. It's just, I love that group completely. And that group is, we're meeting at the corporate room. Am I right when I say that?
I
No.
can't remember the where. I just remember it's always such great food and
In a
lots
great
of
place.
great people.
Okay, we'll tag that on there too.
Veradiva.com.
Veradiva.com.
Yes, and we'll put that on there too.
$35 includes lunch with networking with amazing
Yes.
women in
Yes.
our community.
Yeah.
And then we have, drum roll,
Yes.
dun, 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 we have Robbie Motter
Yes.
with NAFI, which is our National Association of Female Executives, Tuesday, September 5th. Any women that are in business out there that want to grow your business and need help from other women to help grow your business, you need to be
I'm
there.
telling you, what a group, right?
Yeah.
So supportive. So it's about the ask.
It's about
you
the
go
ask.
in, you ask for what you need, and these women
It
just
happens.
rally around, and it happens,
It
right?
happens.
We both have been great recipients of the ask in there,
Yes,
and
yes.
what an amazing
And
organization.
we had 6 sign-ups
I know,
last
this last time. Really, really great.
Who had 6 sign-ups in one
Yes,
night?
yeah.
So it's just a great group of women supporting each other and just growing at a phenomenal rate in
Exactly.
business. I remember when I invited you and Nancy, I was
Yes.
forgetting the third one that I
Yeah.
invited. My assistant Susan Domingos was there
Yes,
too.
Susan was
so
there.
we actually had 4.
Uh-huh.
Let's see, or maybe we had more. We had Robin Johnson there too, the criminal defense attorney.
Yes.
But what I remember most from that meeting is that when we left, everybody left with business.
Oh yes, we did.
You
We did.
left with
Every
business.
time I'm there, I leave with business.
Whenever you
it's
leave a
amazing.
group, you don't
Everybody
leave with
does.
business, but
Yes.
this particular group, when you leave,
Yeah.
you leave with business.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
It's great.
super
and so
cool.
The bamboo.
at
House.
the Bamboo House
Yes,
in
6
Temecula. Amazing food.
Yes.
Shout
out
out
to
to
Bamboo
Bamboo.
House. Right. They're
Okay.
amazing.
And then we have another big event coming up. What do we got going here?
Okay, so the Temecula Valley Chamber of Commerce
Mm-hmm.
has their Women in Business Expo
Every year.
and Leadership Conference, and at South Coast Winery,
Yes,
correct?
every year.
That's September 7th?
I thought it was September 9th this week, but it's first week of September.
Yeah, 7th. No, it's on a Saturday, so
Yeah.
yeah, it's the 7th.
Okay.
And but get your tickets this week, because I do know that they're going to go up in price. I believe starting
much are
September
they
1st.
now?
I don't remember. I got mine a long time ago because
Okay.
I missed it last year. It was sold out by
Yeah,
the time
I know.
I got in, so
Yeah, I know.
I made sure to get them early. But
It's
it
not
is
much, so
a-
it's like, what, I think it's like $75.
yeah,
or
and it's got a
something.
luncheon
It's
plus
got lunch and
it's
networking
amazing. Yeah.
with a great
Yes,
group of
yes,
women in
yeah.
our community.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So you definitely want to get to that. That's going to be really great.
All right. And then also, we have coming up here Cho Spicer, who
Yes.
is our app developer. And she's having her launch party September 16th at 4 p.m. Okay?
At 10 to 4.
10 to
Yeah,
4 p.m.
yes, uh-huh.
And then afterwards, we'll have the after party.
Right, and that's going to be in
All
LA, but you can go to her website and we'll put that on there too, so you
Yeah.
can get tickets to that as well.
Emergent.com.
Yes.
Yes.
Great keynote speakers,
Yes.
panelists, workshops. Shelly and I will be there.
Yes.
We'll both be
And you're one of
participating.
the.
I'm
you're
a
one of the
keynote
speaker,
yes,
and,
yes.
and I'm a panelist.
Shelly's
so
a panelist,
Yes.
and there's it's going to be a really exciting event. So
we have
you'll wanna
photo
check
booths
that out.
there. We're gonna have all kinds of stuff
Oh
going
yeah,
on
yeah,
there.
yeah.
There's
Pop-up shops.
pop-up shops.
all
EDFIN
kinds of
TV will
things.
be there. We'll be interviewing
Yes.
people. EDFIN Cash for College will be there talking about
That's
education
fantastic.
and why it's important towards your success. And I did a write-up for Spicer Cho for the women's blog for Femergent. And I'm still
Oh
getting over to it.
yes.
And the one that I picked to do is that that oh, we just got heads up that we're both speakers.
Yes, we're both.
Okay, we
yeah,
got it
yeah.
for the launch party.
The panelists are speakers. That's
Yeah, same thing. Same thing. We're speaking. Yeah, I know that. So what? Got it, Joe.
We're gonna be talking.
We're gonna be talking. It's what we're good at, right? Okay.
Go figure. You and I talking, right?
Yeah, we're gonna educate Joe. Give you some good stuff, right? And what was I saying?
Yeah, lots will be going on with that. That's going to be an
yeah.
amazing event. You don't want to miss.
Don't want to miss that. I was going to say something, I lost my thought
Yeah.
there. But now the other big event coming up for our college families is the Temecula Promenade Mall Career Invitational, Saturday, September 23rd from 10 to 2 p.m. And this is not just focused on the kids that want to go to college, this universities or community college. This is for kids that are interested, let's say a certificate, a vocational degree, military will be there. So this is for
fantastic.
Everybody, for all the families to come out.
Any kind of continuing ed
Anything that you want to do, because not every kid wants to go to university.
Right.
Some do, some don't. Some want to go to the military. Some want to do certificate, vocational. I mean, it's for all kids. When you graduate high school, you have a place to go on that Saturday to kind of scan both,
everyone there at once. Look. That's great.
2 floors. It's going to be a lot of people. I know last year the mayor said we had about 75,000 people at the mall. It was the most profitable day at the mall other than Black Friday. So
amazing.
This is the place you want to be.
Yes,
all right.
definitely.
And let's see here. And EDFIN Cash for College will be there, and then EDFIN Cash for College will also be at the Riverside College Fair. So we're going to be busy in the month of September.
Yes, lots going on. Lots going on.
September 30th, and it's the same concept as the Promenade Mall here in Temecula, but it's going to be in Riverside for all those area high schools out there as well. And then we have rolling right into, this is a big one, is College Kickoff, which is this year is going to be October 11th.
Okay, all right.
From 8 to 12. And what we do at College Kickoff is totally different this year than we've done in previous year. Last year and this year we've done it is we go out to all the high schools on that day from 8 to 12, and we have every high school will be doing this in this area where people such as myself, I'm going in and I'm doing the FAFSA workshop labs.
Oh, wow.
So going in,
you're going to them.
Yes, going to them.
Fantastic.
And they're just required to bring in their FAFSA pins and make sure they set up their account so I can go and look and see what they've done, what they haven't done,
so
and
all
help
of them
educate.
can get this help.
And they can get all this help.
That's amazing.
And then there's going to be admissions representatives there to answer all the admissions questions. There's going to be someone there to do dollars for scholars for them. So from 8 to 12, you know how in high school you got period 1, period 2, period 3? Well, that's what we're doing.
That's what you're doing.
Period 1, period 2, period 3. Yeah, they just keep going.
So parents out there with high school kids, check into some of these things so you'll be ready so you can really take advantage of what Shelley's going to have to offer that day. That's amazing.
So that's going to be in all the area high schools on October 11th. It's going to be crazy that day. And I have staff in each one of the area high schools, and then I'm just going to be visiting.
You're going to pop around.
Pretty much. Hi, how you doing?
That's great. Fill up that car in the morning.
Yeah. So, and then for you, you have like a lot that you've accomplished this week that I know you just are going to talk about.
This has been an amazing, it's been an amazing month.
It's always
been an amazing week. So I've got a couple of more speaking events that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be talking at some of the other NAFI meetings around in Orange County and in Riverside County, which is super exciting. And this, I hadn't even told you this, I yesterday finished my first book.
What? Okay, so now you have speaker and author.
Yes, I finished it. I've got a book that's going to have a workbook with it. That's going to have strategies for business owners where they can go through the book and have a workbook so they can actually do some of those strategies themselves. So I'm super excited about it, and just finally put the finished touches on that yesterday.
Oh,
so
wow. That's crazy.
I'm really excited about that. And getting ready for these speaking events. I'm going to be talking about happiness and how that affects your business at the NAFI meetings. And then I'm also helping Cho with getting this this launch party put together and talking to the speakers and things. So that's been very busy with that. And then of course with the workshops that we've got going. So I'm just like super excited. Lots going on, and You're ready for September. Yes, ready for September.
That's what women in business do. We're busy all the time, right?
That's right.
Or just, and I shouldn't just say women in business, but people in general, small business owners that.
Yes.
We're very
Lots
busy.
of hats and moving forward. So.
And any other wow moments?
Well, it's been a grateful week. Of course, I got my youngest back into high school and going along with that. So as we know as parents, that kind of adds into our work week when they have their first full week of school. So that was going on as well, which was super cool. Okay. And I do want to say one other thing is I was a producer before. My producing partner, Kat Migliaccio,
she's a producer.
Yes,
the actress.
Yes. And that was in that former life in New York. But Kat is at a film festival. She has a piece that got entered into a film festival in Miami, and so shout out to Kat.
Congratulations,
She's in Miami right now. Her screening's tomorrow. She'll find out if she placed in that. So really excited for her.
Very cool.
Yeah.
All right.
So what have you been up to?
Oh my gosh. So this week, we had so much going on here at EDFIN Cash for College, and we had 4 awards this week. This week alone, we had 4 families get awarded. Wow. And I can't talk about the names or anything like that to protect their privacy. Yes. But all I can tell you is that currently our lowest award is $19,500, and our highest award is $69,000 currently.
Wow.
So, and the $69,000, which is the highest award, is for UCSD.
Wow.
Okay.
How about that?
Yeah, so it's pretty cool.
That is amazing.
Our
There's a couple of families going really crazy right now.
That mom was really super excited.
Yeah. Wonderful.
Our highest award was $53,000 for St. Mary's University,
but now
it's for UCSD.
Yes.
Yeah.
Way to go, EDFIN.
Okay.
That's fantastic.
And then I want to do a shout out to our EDFIN Cash for College families here, because of you is the reason why we're able to come here live to you, and with everything that we've invested into doing this EDFIN TV is because of you. I have taken that money and reinvested into coming here live and sharing all this information with everybody out there.
I love the full circle that you do with this.
Yeah,
the business owners that come here can show to students who are thinking about careers. They can see people that are actually doing it, hearing how they got started. It's kind of this full circle, so they can see their dream alive. And when you see someone doing something you want to do, then it gives you that.
It's really empowering.
Yes, it is, and it gives you that feeling. I can do this too. So, this is a wonderful. It's a mission for you, and it's a wonderful thing that you're doing with it.
And I love this. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing it.
Yes.
I've been doing it for 25
years.
Okay. And another part of the program that I want to talk about is our mentoring and coaching part of the program. This is huge. I can't overstate this. Early college planning is so crucial that once our kids graduate 8th grade and going into 9th grade, the earlier you start college planning, the better for your kids. So, for example, that the kids that are wanting, let's say, go to Stanford or Berkeley or UC Davis or CSU, whatever their goals and dreams are going to be, that starting college planning earlier rather than later is so key, because there are so many different requirements for PSAT, SAT, ACT, admissions requirements, and it just financial planning. I mean, just helping you plan financially along the way.
Right,
when you get there, instead of waiting to the last minute.
And it takes that stress off.
Yes.
The family. The earlier you start, the less stress there is through the process, and you can maybe enjoy it, a little bit, get excited about it, rather than being like waiting till the last minute, missing something, and you've missed out. So what you're doing, starting them earlier, is really helpful for the families as well as the students themselves.
So the mentoring coaching part of the program is off the charts. Totally love it. It's probably got to be one of my favorite things here at EDFIN. I mean, I love the admissions part of the program. I love the financial aid part of the program, getting the money, helping them get accepted.
Absolutely.
But where I get to work one-on-one with the kids is the mentoring coaching, and get to see where they're growing from one area to another area. So, and get kids train parents early. That's funny. And another thing that a lot of the parents don't realize out there is that, and the kids, is that we also do transfer and IGETSI agreement. We have a transfer and IGETSI agreement program here. So our kids that are out there, and let's say that we have a student that's like at a community college and wanting to transfer to a university, there is a right way and a wrong way to do that. Okay. So, for example, let's say that they're starting their first semester, you know, in the community college, you have to have a roadmap. Even if you're going into high school, you're going into the university, you got to have a roadmap. And part of that roadmap is certain things have to be put in place to make sure that you're
Even at the beginning.
At the beginning.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, to make sure they're graduating on time.
Right.
That there's certain components in place to where they're not taking unnecessary classes.
Exactly.
I mean, there's a lot going on
Yes,
there, and
yeah.
there's certain agreements that need to be put in place to make sure that happens. So when it comes time for them to graduate, they don't get stuck with, oh, you need 3 more classes to graduate.
Right, yeah, no.
Okay, so yeah, so there's transfer agreement. There's a lot going on there, so
Yes.
that's crucial.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's been an amazing week here for both of us and for our families out there. So that's kind of what we do here, and so this is like the most perfect time. You ain't gonna believe what we got for you tonight. We actually have got a family, the Robertson family. We're gonna bring them in, and in just a second here, and they're gonna tell you a little bit about why early college planning is so important, and they're gonna give you their story. Okay?
Fantastic.
So we're gonna bring them on in. Hold, stay right there. Okay? Come on in, guys. So you're gonna come over here with me, Maddie. Come right here. Have a seat.
Yeah.
Come on in. You're good. You're gonna squeeze in here and show some love. Come on. And Laddie, you don't have to duck down. Just watch the cords. Well, hello.
Hi, guys.
I'm so super excited when you told me you're willing to come on here and tell everybody out there what we got going on here and how it's helped your family and helping your daughter, more importantly.
Yep, wish we would have done it sooner.
First tip. Yeah. So first, introduce yourselves to everybody so they know who you all are.
Hi, Laddie Robertson.
Kelly Robertson.
Hi, Maddie.
All right, and so tell us a little bit about, give us some background about, you know, where you were at before EDFIN came into your life, and basically how that all evolved and who was part of that and where you're at today.
Do you want me to take that one? Well,
Okay.
what we went through is when Kelly and I were going to school or getting ready to go to school, it was you filled out your Pell Grant, you took your high school transcript,
That's true.
you filled out your FAFSA or whatever it was that was required, and if your check cleared, you got in.
Right.
Right.
You know, now there's this form and that form. If you fill one out in blue ink, it goes to the bottom of the pile, and
Pretty
so
much.
there's all these landmines. You know, I kind of exaggerate a little bit, but there's a lot of these landmines. So what we discovered was subscribing to a professional service like yourself has taken away a lot of that guesswork and having to go back in and do things over and over and over again. So in the short run, it's cost effective.
Right.
You know, instead of expensively finding out, you know, that you got hit by a landmine along the way.
Exactly. Yeah.
And now this financially, the surprises that come along the way, and just surprises that not financially but stress. You know, deadlines.
Right.
You know, there's a lot going
Yeah,
on.
let's underline stress.
Yeah, stress.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, not only that, but we don't have to be the bad guy. You get to be the bad guy.
There you go.
Yeah, we like
Yeah.
that.
I think I'm the good guy.
Well, I mean, I think that
I get the best job.
yeah,
I can
Yeah.
she'll take better direction from you than perhaps us. So
Right.
But we talk about you quite a bit in our meetings
I
too.
do.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
like, your parents are amazing.
Yeah.
She's
Yes.
like, I know everybody says that.
thank you.
Well, I can imagine that really helps the whole family in taking some of that stress away, letting them have their conversations. So you're like, I've got it in hands that are going to take care of this, and I don't have to worry about it. And for you're not seeing that stress on her face. She's more relaxed, so you can really think about what you're wanting. Is that kind of how that's worked for your family?
Tell
Right.
what I'm
Yeah.
looking for, and easier to talk to Shelly about it. She
Yeah.
knows what she's talking about.
Well, and you hold her accountable, and we really like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So definitely.
Yeah. And the kids, and it's so funny. I always think about this other family of mine where their daughter is at UC Santa Barbara. And I remember when they first started with me, the mom and the dad starting with me, and then the daughter was like, no, I got this. Mom, dad, just save your money. You know, that's kind of how we were at with that. And then now the daughter's the one that always calls me, Shelly, can you call my dad? I want to move off campus, and I'm not convincing him very well. Maybe you
Oh my
can.
God, that's fantastic.
Dad's like, nope, I got cops on every corner watching you, so you're safe. get it all.
Yeah. Yes, definitely.
So, and the reason why you came to us is you actually referred to EDFIN by
Robbie Mater.
Robbie
All
Mater.
right.
Yeah, my
Fantastic.
nappy friend. We've been friends for a long time, and I respect her. And
Yes.
she saw my post on Facebook,
Uh-huh.
and she was the first to reply and
Yes.
said,
Oh, she's
"There's
on it.
nobody else." So I said, "Okay."
Oh, that's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, we're really happy. We're really happy, huh?
Yeah,
We're really happy.
And then it was funny because right after you spoke to Robbie, then you went where? You went to the college, you told me.
Oh,
And you were talking to someone
Yeah.
over there.
yeah.
And
it
we won't
wasn't
mention
a,
any names, but
you
you were
know.
referred this way as well.
yeah, it was not a
We'll
good
keep you
experience.
silent out there.
Yeah, it was not a
That's
good
great.
experience, and it didn't make sense, and
Right.
the right hand didn't know what the left was doing, or I just felt like they had a story
Yeah.
that they were telling everybody, and I wasn't
Okay.
happy at all.
Okay.
So that's
Well, I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, we
and
are
so
too.
for you, young lady, so tell us your story and kind of like where you're at before and where you're at now, and you've already experienced some of the mentoring coaching with me and everything, and your experience with that.
Well, I graduated from Paloma Valley High School this year, class 2017.
Yay! I saw the graduation picture. It was amazing.
And I knew I wanted to go to college, but I didn't think that going to a four-year university was, like, right off the bat was something that would work for me. And Mount San Jacinto Junior College was right down the street from me, and it seemed like the best option. It was easiest. We were always told, it's cheaper to get your general ed done at a community college versus just going straight to a four-year.
Yeah.
You're paying the twice as much, sometimes
Yeah.
three times
Smart.
as much for the same class and the same teachers and stuff. Like my communications teacher actually also works at UC Santa Barbara, so it's the same teacher, same education. So I decided to take summer classes to get started, to get a little bit earlier, to kind of get ahead of my classmates that were going to a four-year.
I love that
we're-
already. Get ahead. I love the word get ahead.
That's
We're going to a four-year to just starting off, and I didn't want to be behind. So I took 2 summer classes, and I'm taking 3 summer classes, or 3 classes for the fall semester. But I realize now that it's not going to work out for me since MSJC is not accredited to get student loans anymore. So
Yeah.
I now know I have to transfer community colleges. That since I
Alright.
started community college, I might as well just continue it. It works best for my family and where I live and what I want to do, and to be able to transfer into a school that's going to give me the best opportunity with my community college grades versus what my high school grades were,
Right.
which weren't bad, but they weren't my dream school kind of grades.
Yeah.
There you
Yes.
go. So
Yes.
That's why I always say early, emphasize
Right.
starting early college planning, because it's going to cost the same in the end no matter what.
Yep.
So starting early and have someone like motivating them to get the good grades, and this
Right.
is what you do, and study skills, and
Yeah.
to hold them
Yeah.
accountable and to coach them without all the stress at the same time, but kind of stress because I'm holding you accountable. But it's good stress,
And
It's
fifth
fun.
grade is not early enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then we start now. They were saying that on the admissions applications, that let's say your math class, when you graduate high school and you're putting your admissions applications in for the university, let's say there's certain math classes in high school that you don't make the grades on for whatever reason, we can actually go back and look at middle school
Wow.
math
Pull
cla-
those?
and pull. They will
Wow,
pull those
that's great.
if you did, because sometimes when you just don't do well in certain grades for whatever reason, you just don't. So they allow you.
That makes that
There's
middle,
just
that
so
middle
many-
school even more important.
Yes, and
to
that's
get started early
that's
with
the
that.
reason.
They
Yes.
don't tell us that in high school.
No, they don't tell you that.
Like, they don't tell us anything.
Yeah. So what we do here is what I do is now is I encourage the families to start. Now I used to say as early as 9th grade. Now I'm saying as early as 7th grade
Yeah, 6th or
is
7th.
what I'm saying. And then if they can't do that, then I tell them, well, if you can't do that and it's not affordable, then let's just do mentoring coaching. The $500 do mentoring
Right.
coaching as you
Right.
need it. So at least they're doing something,
Something.
than nothing. Yeah. So yeah. So
Yeah.
cool.
We have a lot of coulda, shoulda, woulda, huh? Yeah.
You
it's
know,
okay.
it's kind of like not just as an expert college planner, but even like as a business coach,
Oh,
like
yes,
for you. I mean,
absolutely.
you deal with the same thing. Like, I wish I would
Absolutely.
have done this. I wish I would have done
Just
that.
start from where you are and
Yeah.
make the best decisions there, and you guys made
We
a
did.
pivot,
Yeah.
and we're like, we're gonna get this
Yeah.
handled right now.
Yeah.
That's
I always say you
as soon
do
as
what
you're
you
done.
know how to do until you know how to do it better.
Exactly.
And just
Exactly.
kind of like that kind of
Yeah.
fits that for everything, right? So how are you doing now in school? You're registered and...
Yeah, I'm good. I got both A's in the classes that I took over the
Yes,
summer.
ma'am. Very good.
So I have a 4.0 technically now with all
Yeah.
two of my classes. But they're accelerated courses, so I took 2 classes, which usually take 4 months. That's what a semester is, and I did them in 6 weeks.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Very good.
Yeah,
very
So
good.
I remember
it
when you
was
showed me that.
classes
Wow.
4 days a week. for
Did you
about 2
feel
hours.
like that gave you even a better feeling about how successful you will be because now you've done some of it
Yeah,
at that
no,
level
it
and
was-
even more
I
accelerated?
realized that college was way more fun. There was so many people that actually wanted to be there. The atmosphere was so much
Right.
nicer.
Oh,
I know that if I could get I took an English class. English was not my subject
Right.
at all, and I got an A in it, and I did it in 6 weeks versus 4 months. So like if I can take this class that I've
Right.
never gotten above a C in an English
wow.
class in high
And
school.
now you did. So your
And now I
confidence
got-
level's
yeah,
a
my
lot
confidence
more.
level-
That's fantastic.
got like
That's
a really
amazing.
good Professor Story at MSJC. She's fantastic.
Yeah,
There's a
shout
shout
out.
out there.
That's
She's
wonderful.
She's wonderful.
Yeah.
So I feel
Wow,
like
that's great.
I'm really happy that I took summer classes. Like I didn't really have much of a fun summer that everyone got, but I got classes done and.
But you're farther ahead than
Oh,
they
you
I am
are.
way
Like you're
farther.
starting off with this confidence
huge.
level, and most freshmen going into college are a little nervous about what it's
Well,
going to
and
be.
then
You know
I'm
what you're
taking
going to do.
these full semester courses
Right.
that, and now I'm being like, well, this is so easy.
Right.
You know, I did this in 6 weeks. You know, this guy's, you know, next week complaining about he has something due at, you know, on Sunday and it's Tuesday. I'm like, dude, I had a whole paper due tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
And it was assigned to me day
Exactly.
before yesterday.
He was
so
like overachiever.
I was like, this is
Yeah.
nothing.
You're like, this is a breeze.
He's like, great, I got to sit next to her all semester long.
That's great. Oh, wonderful. That's wonderful.
Oh my gosh, you just like raise the bar on the whole
Yeah,
class.
exactly.
That's a good thing though. Somebody's got to raise the bar, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm really proud because Maddie's working too, almost full time too.
Oh,
And
wow.
Karen-
You're
Yeah.
working too?
Karen is-
I
Yeah.
go to school 4
That's
days a week. I
amazing.
have 12 units right now, and I work about 30 hours a week.
That's amazing.
And does chores at home.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Member of the family.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, chores.
That's wonderful.
good.
Yeah,
Wow.
we're really happy.
Proud of you.
Wow.
Thank you.
Congrats
Yeah.
to you. That's
Yeah.
that's fantastic.
And it's kind of like with you. I mean, I can, you know, I just as I work with families and kids, and I know where they're at, like right now, and all the kids I work, and then I see how they grow, and they just the things that you accomplish and how fast you grow and all that. And now it's like you're my Olivia that I used to have before. That she reminds me of Olivia. You know, constantly taking classes, overachiever. And the next thing you know, she's doing the transfer agreement, and then she gets into the university and. You know, I got to see all that happen, and I remember I just look at her and she's like, I can't believe it. And when she comes in here, she'll come in anymore. She's graduating now, but when she came in, it's just, you know, it's surreal. It's like, I cannot believe this. This is just so cool.
It's been a big year for me.
Yeah,
Yes, it has.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
You know, that's
yeah.
good stuff.
Yeah.
So, is there anything that you would like to tell from as a student? Tell the kids out there that whether they're thinking about going to college, they don't think they can do it, or the ones that they think they can go to college but they're not sure if they want to. I mean, what words of wisdom that you can give them out there? What do you want to say to them?
It really depends on what you want to do in life. Of course, there's always vocational school if that's the path you want to go down. But there's a lot of jobs out there that you can't get without a college degree or some sort of certification. And there's a lot more jobs that you think that, oh, I don't need to go to college for that. Or there's even just, you know, certification schools that, you know, you still need prerequisites to get into. They're going to look at your high school grades and see if you're worth it to be in their program. And I think it's really important to just look at your options. If college is something you want to go to, then start thinking about that early, because I wish I would have really tried a lot harder my freshman year of high school, and maybe I would have had the confidence to go to a 4-year and not be at a community college right now. But of course, it all depends on, you know, my parents are paying for my college, and it just, you know, works better for us that I'm going to community right now, and so it might work better for your parents. So you might have parents that are buying you a Porsche for your 16th birthday, so obviously they can afford to send you to any school that your dream desires, you know. And there's also a lot of kids that deal with or get the opportunity to they get a lot of FAFSA funds or the Dream Act or whatever, and if you have those opportunities and if you want to go to college, you know, take advantage of them. Don't, because once, you know, those allocated money starts, not being used as much, it goes away.
Yeah.
The government just decides, well, no one's using
Yeah, you
it,
don't
so we
have
can
to
use
use
this
it.
money for something
Yeah.
else. And there's a lot of kids out there that really do want to go to college, and their parents just maybe can't afford it, whatever their FAFSA says, and then whatever financial aid they get. And one day, maybe there's not going to be something like that anymore, and there's a lot of kids that won't be able to go to college. So
Right.
if
It's
you're even thinking about it, it's, there's always community college. You don't even need to graduate high school to go to community college. A lot of them.
Can you believe that?
No,
Yeah, you
when we were
don't.
going, you had to be 18 and breathe. That's all I remember.
Yeah.
No, you don't even need to do that. So why not try out a couple unit class if you can save up the money and just try a class?
You have to have a high school diploma, of course, to go to community college, and there are some exceptions to that, but then you still have to meet requirements. So,
Right.
so if you didn't graduate high school, it's still pretty, hard to get into a community college at the same time.
You
So,
get your GED or whatever, but
and it's still hard because you still have to meet the AccuPlacer test scores, the ATB, ability to benefit, all that. And if you take classes and you're not doing well, you can't attend. So there's still requirements. So you got to work hard.
yeah, you gotta work hard. But
You gotta
there's
work hard.
there's a lot of people that they did college and high school at the same time. There was a freshman.
Yeah.
He was like 13 in my English 101 class that I took over this summer.
Wow.
And he was like, yeah, I'm taking 3 other classes, and I
Yeah.
got 5 this fall, and I'm still going to high school.
Yeah.
And he was like, dude,
Those are type A personality.
yeah, it kind of sucks for you, but congratulations. You're far ahead of a lot of everyone else. But he was trying it out, and maybe he would have gotten done with the class over the summer and thought, wow, I don't really like college, or it's not for everyone. But I think it's still a really good idea for a
You
lot
gotta
of
do
the
what's best
careers.
for you.
Yeah, do
Yes,
what's best for you, and
absolutely.
then for what's best for me is going to college and getting a degree. Something that might be a certification.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Great. Fantastic.
Awesome. So, and then as parents, what else would you like to tell the parents out there? Words of wisdom from you all. What would you like to share?
Well, I always have it from a military standpoint. I wish I
Share
would.
military.
Yeah.
We haven't heard that
Yes.
part yet.
Military veterans have a big advantage, and that is
Because
that.
you're both Air Force.
Yeah, we're
Yes.
both Air
Yeah.
Force.
Air
Go
Force.
Air Force, yay.
Yeah.
That's where we met, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. And so long ago. But if we would have gotten on board on our pension, our disability status, or filed with the VA, you don't have to be disabled. You just need to be a veteran.
Mm-hmm.
And if you file with the VA, even if you have a 0%, guess what? Your child can go to college in their state, your home state, which is California for us,
Right.
for a really great low price.
That's
Yes.
fantastic.
So it's something I put off. I retired in 2004, somewhere around there, and so now I'm just getting around to it. And it's if you follow the directions, you can do it.
Yes.
So yeah.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, it is a lot of work.
There's
And,
requirements there too.
Yeah, so
yeah.
I wish that I had pursued that earlier, but another coulda, shoulda, woulda for us. And we're happy for Madison. We both went to college. Laddie's pursuing his master's degree now with his post 9/11, right? Post 9/11 benefits.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Do they expire eventually?
Yeah, it's a use or lose thing.
Yeah,
Okay,
so,
okay.
and we couldn't give them to Maddie, right? For what reason was that? I can't remember.
You have to still be on active duty to
Oh,
pass
right.
down
Oh,
your.
right. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And we're retired from the reserve program,
Right.
so you don't get your retirement funds till later, and the other opportunities that come later.
So
But-
you're in school too.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Wow.
So that's
Yeah,
So we
so-
have a lot of
Yeah,
sorry
left
Thank
and
God,
right.
thank God for me.
wow. That's
Yeah, so
That's a
mom's
lot.
picking up the slack right
yeah.
now.
it's-
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
a
but
lot.
I'm proud of him. He did pretty good for his, is it an online program?
Yeah.
Yeah, through Embry-Riddle. Yeah,
I did that too. I did an online program.
It's,
Yeah.
I think it's probably harder.
It is
honestly.
hard.
I
yes.
think
Yes.
it's harder.
People are like,
I-
online's easier. I'm like, you have to be
No,
disciplined. You
it
have no
is.
one to tell you what to do. And if you don't
Yeah.
do the work, you don't read.
You've got to get in there and get it
You
done.
don't graduate.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
taking a hybrid online class, so I only go to class
And
one
she's
day
taking
a
a
week.
hybrid
One day a week.
online. I'm like,
And
Sarah,
so,
I
That's
yeah,
great.
I only go to class one day
Did
a
you
week,
know that?
and then the
And
next
it's up
is-
to you to get the rest
Yeah,
done.
so
wow.
we have class Mondays, and then all the online assignments are due Sunday at 11:59.
Right.
So
right.
sometimes, I try to get it done throughout the week, but sometimes there are a lot of times I'm like, oh, I gotta work at 2.
have a question for you. Are you available on on Saturday, September 23rd? Am I? Are you
I
available
don't
on
know.
that day? You don't have any
I don't
classes
know.
on Saturday, do you?
No, and I don't work
The
Saturdays
college
either.
fair they have over there, you want to come over and talk to kids
Sure.
about college?
That would be awesome.
I'm thinking
That
you'll be
would really
perfect
be
for this.
awesome.
She's like, oh, I'm just taking a hybrid class. I'm
Yes.
like, okay, I need to have her talk to kids.
Yeah,
That would be really
that's-
cool for you.
that's-
Actually, I like it better than my regular classes.
Do you?
'Cause I only have to talk to this guy or listen to this guy talk for one day a week, and the
Right.
rest I can just kind of do it based
Just do
around
your
my
stuff.
schedule. And I like still being able to like talk to the teacher about
Sure.
whatever I'm concerned about or
Right.
thinking about.
Right.
But then like I don't have to go back for the rest of the week, and
Yeah.
then I can always email him or whatever. But
just do
all the instructions are online. Like I find that I get more instruction
Yeah.
when it's all typed out and like there's a big paragraph of what
Right,
to
you
do.
didn't miss hearing something.
Yeah.
Right,
It's
or you know,
there.
maybe I had to go to the bathroom or he forgot something or whatever.
Yeah.
Like they just put it online.
That's
it's no
great.
big deal.
Nice.
That's great.
See, everybody learns differently.
Yeah.
Like if
Yeah.
I could take
That's what
all
that
of them
means.
as hybrid classes, I would.
You would do
that.
that. That's great.
I
That's
would.
great.
Okay.
Fabulous.
Any final last comments or anything you want to say? Anything
Yeah,
else
I
you want to
guess-
add?
I guess as parents, we made some mistakes, didn't we?
I think we all
Yeah.
do. Should have. That's it. Goes in that line of shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Yeah.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda. Well, you know, we kind of thought we were the experts.
Even in business,
because-
as a businesswoman,
Oh,
like, I
that's
wish I
true.
would have done that. I wish I would have done that.
Sure.
Well, I just
Yeah,
learned
to-
from it, move on.
To kind of jump ahead on the woulda, shoulda, couldas, spend the money, invest a couple of bucks in your future, and save yourself a whole lot of grief.
Yeah.
Go talk to the professionals and help
Yeah.
them, have them help you navigate these landmines that are out there right now, because this is a very difficult process, and
Yeah.
it's difficult enough to
Timelines,
get
timelines,
in,
big
and
time.
Yes,
Yeah, we
yes.
missed
to meet the
timelines.
gates and
Right.
all of the things that you have to do, the suspenses that are involved.
Yeah.
Get some help,
Yeah.
and it definitely it's worth every penny.
Well, leave it to the experts too. It's almost like trying to do your own dental work. You know, really. You know, I mean,
Good
like
point.
maybe I can pull that tooth,
Yes.
but I
Never
probably
cut your
shouldn't.
hair.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
So we're really happy, and we're really happy, Shelley, that you're part of our family now. You really are.
Yeah.
And Madison's doing really great, and I'm not having to, I hate to use the term rag on her, but
Yeah.
that's what high school was all about. And I really felt bad about being that kind of mom, so I kind of quit. And because I didn't want to be that kind of mom, but I wasn't pressuring her where she needed the pressure. And the problem with that was, look at, you know, I wasn't encouraging her the way that I should have, because I felt bad for, you know, hammering her all the
Yeah.
time for school.
Yeah.
And I
Pressing
thought,
down
well,
on
maybe
her,
she
yeah.
needs to enjoy, you know, and sorry about that.
I have this trick, and so I'll just let my trick out of the box now.
Okay.
But I have this trick where when it's not really a trick, but when the kids come in and I'm mentoring them and coaching them, that it's to get them to take the responsibility of what they want to do.
Yeah.
Because once they take responsibility for what they want to do, they're going to do it.
Yeah.
Right. And then you're the facilitator from there.
And
it's
then I'm
like,
just
oh, sorry you
encouraging
didn't
this
do
is what you
that,
want to
but-
do. Yeah, I
Right.
had this one young lady, Sandy Garcia. I can say her name because I say her name all the time. She's a nursing major, and she came in here and she lost her focus, and she was just like, I gotta go home and study for nursing. This is the same girl that has passion for nursing, like up the yin yang, but she lost her passion at the moment. And so I brought her in here in the studio, and I told her, I says, we're gonna do a check-in. And she says, what do you mean by that? And I said, we're gonna do a check-in. I want you to latch onto something right now. I want you to think about when you're graduating and how great you're gonna feel. And so she latched on that, and she was super excited. She put her hands up like she had won the lottery. And then when we got done, and I says, now how do you feel about going home and studying now? She said, yeah, so much better.
That's right.
amazing.
Eye on the
So,
prize.
so kept
Great
the eye
story.
on the prize, and
Right.
she went home, and yeah, and she's
That's
been
good.
doing great since
That's
then.
great.
So just keep
Great.
your hand on that, and you'll be fine.
Well, good.
All right.
Yeah, we're really proud of you, Maddie.
Yes,
Thank you.
and
Thank
she's
you,
gonna.
Shelley.
You're welcome. Thank
Yeah,
you guys.
thank
And like,
you.
and you so when you said that I'm part of the family,
Yeah.
yeah, I really feel part of the family. EDFIN family,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
The Robertson family,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah,
So,
thank you.
and congratulations to you. You have a huge future ahead of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And before you know it, you're going to be in the university, and I'm so proud to be part of that. Everybody here at EDFIN is so proud to be part of your future and
Thank you.
your journey. Yeah.
So
Okay.
awesome.
Thank you,
So
Shelley.
awesome.
All right, you're welcome.
Yeah.
All right, thanks for
All
having
right,
us.
you're
Yes,
welcome.
I
All
appreciate it.
right.
Thank you,
All right,
guys.
so we're going to transition to our second guest here.
All right. See you
So
later.
say hi to the
Thank you.
Robertson family.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye. All right. So that was a Robertson family.
What a wonderful
Yeah,
family.
wonderful family.
Yeah.
I just love them. And you know what? I have to say that a lot of the families that I have here have been, of course, I love all my families.
Yes.
But I have to say, the Robertson family has a special place in
I can see why.
You can see that.
I totally
they're
can see
they're
why.
amazing. I'm just, they're,
Right,
you know,
right.
I'm just, yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
thank you to them. And so without further ado, you know, tonight is our educational segment, and we talked a lot about college planning. Well, there was a young lady that we had here weeks ago, and you loved her so much. She's only on the show for about 10 minutes or 15 minutes, real short.
Right.
You loved her so much, so we brought her back so you can talk to her some more. And she's got a lot of things to tell you, more so than last time. So without further ado, let's bring on our next and last guest for the night. And you all love her, and you're still going to love her again, okay? Let's bring on Angel. Come on in, Angel.
Yay!
Hi. Welcome back.
It's so good. Oh, so good to see you. I'm glad to have you.
You
This is
know-
so exciting.
Hi guys!
So introduce yourself to everybody out there for those that don't know you.
My name is Angel Toussaint, and I am an entrepreneur and a published author.
Yes.
I brought my
Yes.
little handy book with me, and I have to say that it was such a pleasure to meet Maddie.
I know.
I got
right?
to talk with her out
Aren't they
there.
amazing?
Yeah.
She's, yeah.
What a cool kid.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
what we hope for every kid.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
She's amazing.
She's
I just
just
love her.
unbelievable. Self-driven,
Yes.
motivated,
Yep.
Very
Um,
independent.
very
Yeah.
independent.
Yes, she is.
Yeah.
That's what we want all kids to be.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
So when you were on the show last time, like we talked about earlier, and we got done, I mean, everybody absolutely loved you. I was
Thank
like,
you.
yes, they
Yes.
did all the information. And because a lot of times when we get on here, you know, we get different populations saying, well, you talked a lot about this, but what about other populations? And you just
right.
kind of
Went
Hit it
everywhere.
all.
Yeah,
That's me.
everywhere.
Hit it all.
Everywhere.
That's yeah.
So
Absolutely.
good stuff. So
Wonderful.
what are we gonna? So you want to talk about kind of the same thing we did last time?
Yeah.
But we're
Yes.
gonna expand on that because we got a little bit more time this time.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I am focused on goal setting, and the book that I published is called Goal Storming. And the reason I use that terminology is because goal storming, like brainstorming, when you have goals, my favorite saying is, if you don't have goals, you are existing. If you have goals, you are living.
Yes.
If you have accomplished goals, you become alive.
Oh,
There's
yeah,
a big
definitely.
difference
Yeah.
between living
And being
and
alive.
being alive.
Yeah,
Being
definitely.
alive is Maddie. You know, it's
Yes,
it's
yes,
something
yes,
that's
yeah.
they're excited to do things.
Yes.
They're looking forward to tomorrow.
Yes.
Yes.
You know, and that is so important. And as you know, in our society, so many people are not. We have such a problem with depression and anxiety,
Yep.
and our society is riddled with that stuff. And I think that if people had something to focus on, then it would be different.
Yeah, it
Their
gives them
lives
something
would
to
be-
look forward to,
something to look
and
forward
some
to.
motion towards,
Yes,
and then
absolutely.
then it becomes more real, and the more real it becomes, the more your energy just goes up.
Yes,
Yes.
You
I
know, and
agree.
and you do one little step at a time.
Yes.
And that gets accomplished, and you're like, oh, I did that, I can do the next. You know,
Yes.
that's so true.
You're empowered.
So true.
You become very
Yes.
empowered.
Yes.
I remember an author, Louise Hay, said,
Okay.
if you are depressed, start by cleaning out your closet.
Yep.
Something
That's
that
so true.
simple.
Yes.
Yes.
And people don't realize.
Kind of like a detox.
It is.
It is.
People
Detox.
don't realize
It is.
how that little tiny step
Yes.
makes a huge psychological
It does.
difference.
It does. I saw on Facebook this week, and I've seen this before. It was, I think, I don't remember who he was or what he was talking to, but his first thing was make your bed,
Yes.
and it was
Yes.
like just get.
Oh,
up
we
and
must have watched the same
yes,
thing.
it's been on. It's going around. Well, you and our Facebook feed probably has a lot of the same stuff on it. But I had seen it before, and when I saw it before, I usually pulled the covers up, but after you'd said that, I kind of did it a little neater, and I noticed how it was like, oh, I got that done. And I felt good about it. And when I walk in my room, it looks better. And
Yeah.
it's just those little, like the
Little
cleaning out the
things.
closet,
Yes.
that clutter
The clutter
is clutter
clutter.
in here.
Yes,
Yeah.
it
And
is.
that is such a good one.
When your desk is a mess, or
Yes.
your dishes are piled up on the sink, people don't realize that that weighs on your brain,
It
whether
does.
you believe it or not. It
Yes.
does. And
Exactly.
so,
So you got to clean all those little things, because if you don't clean them out daily,
yes.
And a little bit
Piles
here
up.
and there. It
And
doesn't
then the
look-
stress piles up, too.
Exactly.
And I'm a
Exactly.
professional at letting the mail go.
Yeah.
I'm a professional at it. It's one of the,
Professional. I've
I'm
never
a
heard that
professional
before.
at letting the mail go. And I know that every time I catch it up, I'm better.
Yes.
But
Yes.
and every time I do it, I tell myself, I'm not going to let that happen again.
I just started about 2 years ago with my emails. With
Yes.
that, I would have 300-400 on there, and
Yes.
I was like, this is really every time I looked at it, affected me, and I
Yes.
could feel it.
Yes.
So one weekend,
It's a
I
burden.
took a
Yes.
weekend,
Yeah, it's a
and
burden.
I just got all my favorite little, hot teas and hot cocos and everything, and I got myself in a chair and I went through it for a whole weekend, and now I don't let it go to a second page. So I
Yeah.
can have the 50 on there, but I won't, if it goes to the next page, it's got to get
Yes.
handled.
Yeah.
Something
And
has
it
to be
just-
clean.
Some people say, oh, emails, and I say, oh, my emails.
Yeah.
Because
it's
you're
a whole-
actually ahead of them.
Exactly.
You're
Yes,
actually
yes.
being
It's a
able
whole
to read them and
different-
throw
That's
them
funny.
away.
And you're
Yeah.
going to look at them.
Yes.
If it's something you're going to look at, like your closet,
Yes.
that makes such
Yeah.
a big impact on you.
Yes.
Yeah, I love
the
that.
stuff here, like when I'll get my emails in the morning. I usually answer most of them before
Right.
8:30 in the morning. Before I even get here, they're all done. So when I get in, I get such. I'm like, I make a big deal about like a mini celebration. I'm
Yes.
like, oh my gosh, look! I only
Yes.
have 12 emails in my
Yes,
inbox.
Yes, yes.
Try
Yes.
it, guys. Try it.
I'm telling
it's
you,
amazing.
it
little
is.
things
It
make all the
is.
difference.
It's
It is.
amazing.
It totally is.
It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, sometimes those little things end up being the big things.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like
De-stressors.
Yeah.
de-stressors, and
Yes.
and they're so small, and you think they're insignificant, but it's like a pile up. If you have your bed's not made, your emails are piled up, your
And it
dishes
affects
are
the
in the sink,
relationships. It
and
affects everything.
yeah,
right?
it snowballs and
Yeah.
gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yes.
I'm gonna sit this book down.
Yeah.
I talk about my hands.
I know. Yeah.
And I've noticed for myself, if I've got something big I want to accomplish, like when I first started my book, it just felt so daunting.
Oh, she's
Yes.
published
Yes,
all
I
that.
heard
just
that.
finished it
Congratulations.
yesterday. I'm so excited. But it felt so daunting.
Yes.
And so that was that piece. You know what? Don't worry about the finishing it. You're going to do that. But let's just write some lists of things you know you want in it, and that's all you're doing today. It's the same kind of thing. Sometimes
Yes.
the housework seems daunting, or sometimes stuff with the kids, or anything in business. If you'll just do that one little thing and be, that's all I'm going to do today. But the next day you do another one. A few days, you've done a whole lot,
Yes,
and
yes.
you actually will get there.
Yes. And the other thing I like to point out is your relationships.
Yes.
Relationships
Yeah, we talked a lot about that last time.
are
Yeah.
vital.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because if you don't build your relationships with people that are trying to go in the same direction that you're trying to go, guess what? They're going to hold you back.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
And we key on that, what she just said. Focus on the relationships of people that are going in the same direction
that
as
you're
you're
going.
going.
Yep.
Yes.
Because if you focus your relationship on people that are going on the opposite
Opposite side,
direction,
You won't go anywhere.
you
No.
won't go.
No.
You will stay
won't.
back there with
Yes.
whoever that person
Exactly.
is.
Yeah.
I've
Or
also
persons.
noticed that if you decide you're going to move ahead and you've been kind of hanging back here, it can upset people because you've been doing the same dance together, and now you switched from
Yes.
a two-step to a salsa, and they're like, hey, wait a minute, we're doing this.
People don't like change.
And it can still be
No,
okay if they
no.
want to stay there. That's okay.
Don't be
but
mad at
but
them.
you can do your thing.
Yes.
And
Yes.
that's
Yes.
so important.
And
It is.
eventually they will follow, or they will get
Or
left
they
behind.
Or they will get. I
And
always
that's
say.
okay.
I
Yeah.
always say I'm a locomotive. I start off slow and I pick up speed as I go.
Momentum.
And as I get going, you better get on the train or you're going to be left behind.
Exactly. Be waving at you
I
out
love
the
that.
back.
I
of
still
the
love
canoe.
you, but
Yes.
you're just going to be left
Exactly.
behind.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is so true. That's that momentum too.
Yeah.
The train. I love the train analogy because when you first start, it does feel
It's
kind of
very
slow.
Yeah.
And that's that. I'm going. What are
Yeah.
you doing? I'm going. Here I
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
And once you've done those 2, 3, 4, 5 things, it gets going fast. It's
Yeah.
helpful too
Yeah.
because the first little things can feel, oh, I can do that, and then all of a sudden that big thing isn't so big anymore.
Right.
Yes.
Because you're
Yes.
moving with that momentum. Yeah.
Yes.
That's.
I love that.
I know. I love that analogy. That's one of my favorites. The train.
the train because it's so slow but so powerful.
Oh, it is.
Especially if you stay on the train, the right train.
The right train.
The right train.
That's right.
That's right.
Because if
Going
you're
in
on
the
the wrong
direction
train,
toward what you want.
you're
You're gonna
going
go in
in
the
the
wrong
opposite direction of where
That's
you
it.
want to go.
That's the toward train.
And that
Toward what you want.
and my huge thing in my life is like you surround yourself with like-minded people.
Yes.
So because if you surround yourself with people that are not like yourself, that don't have the same, don't have to actually have the same interest or anything, but
Right.
at least
The same drive.
same
Yes,
drive,
yes.
and it's
One
it's
friend
so
can be
crucial.
going towards fashion, and you're going toward architecture.
Sure, that's good.
It doesn't matter that those two things are so different. You are both driven to go towards, so
Exactly.
you will help each other along the
Exactly.
way because
That support.
you have the same
Yes.
mindset.
Right,
Yes.
right,
So-
right. Yeah, you've got
Surround
that,
yourself
that,
with like-minded people.
yes, yes. And you know them when you know them when you meet them,
find
don't
them.
you?
Yes, yes,
You
you
know,
do.
it's like the first when we met, and then when we met you, it was like, oh,
Yes.
there's
Yeah,
another one.
there's
It's
another-
like,
There's a
oh,
soul.
yes.
We want that soul.
We're looking for you. We
Keep that
found
soul.
you.
Exactly. You know, and it's exciting to encourage your friends that are
Yes.
doing that, and then
Yes.
it's also
Yes.
so wonderful to know you have that support.
Yes,
Yeah,
it is.
I love
It
the
is.
encouraging part, like with Nancy Corday
Yes.
and like with you
Yes.
and everybody is that it's fabulous when I go to an event like Nancy and she met Chef Rosie from Provincial Grill.
Yes.
And Rosie gave, and she doesn't do this with everybody, but she gave Chef Nancy, her restaurant at Provincial Grill is closed on Monday. But she told Nancy Corday, you can have my restaurant on Monday to do whatever you want with it.
Isn't that
Wow.
amazing? I know. That's so wonderful.
Like what chef does that? That owns
Exactly.
She's like, you can have it, don't worry about it, just do
Yes,
what you
to
do best.
what you do.
I
So
went
cool.
to a class, a free class the other day, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. And I met a lady in the class and we were standing there talking about, what we were learning and, how daunting it seemed.
Right,
But we're gonna do this. And I said, you've got to give me your phone number. We need to connect and do some research together,
Yes.
blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And she said, she gave me her phone number. And after she was finished giving me her phone number, guess I should look at the audience. She said, I never give my phone number out to
Aw.
anyone.
Oh.
And I
The
thought,
trust.
the trust.
Yeah.
And it's because she could feel the like-mindedness.
Yes,
She
yes.
could feel the same energy.
Exactly.
So she felt like, I need to give my
Yes,
phone number to this
yes.
person because this person is going to help me
Right.
get to where I want to go.
Exactly.
So the energy was there.
Right.
Yeah.
And
That's so cool.
and you have to, the other thing I like to say about relationships, you have to value them. You have to value
That's
your
a big deal.
relationship.
Yeah.
That's a big
And you
deal.
have to value yourself in the
the
relationship.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In other words, if I do something that upsets you, you have to value yourself enough to be able to come to me and say, Angel, I really didn't like you doing that. It upset me.
Right.
That
And it's
prevents.
okay.
And it's
Yeah,
okay
and it's
because,
okay. Yeah.
because you believe that you bring enough value to that
Yeah.
relationship that I'm going to be okay with that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
It's called being transparent.
Yes.
yes,
a good thing.
exactly. Cuts
Well,
down on gossip
it
and
does.
backstabbing and
Yes.
all of that other stuff.
Well, and I like
Yeah, there you
the
go.
both sides of that. In that you respect your friend, you also have to have the respect for yourself.
Yes.
And a lot of times in our culture, it is, we do want to give and we want to be there for other people, and that's all fabulous. But I think we've kind of lost the other side of that relationship, which is
With yourself. Yeah.
And you're not really being a good friend if you're not taking care
No,
of yourself.
Yeah.
you're not.
That's
You're
not
absolutely
helpful for
not.
that friend because
No.
then you feel sometimes you
give
feel
what
like
you
they're
don't
weighing
have.
on
Yes.
you're weighing on them.
Yes.
If you're not, that just kind of doesn't feel comfortable.
Yeah.
And that's what I notice about like the women that we feel like that are kind of like-minded or
Yes.
the other business owners that are
Yes.
is I see such they respect themselves
Selves.
so much,
Yes.
and I just love
Yes.
that. I love
Yes.
seeing that confidence and respect for themselves.
It's
Or like,
That's a
ooh,
great.
yeah.
I love that point. Yeah.
We can do everything.
Yes,
We can do
you got
it.
it.
Can
No,
conquer
but I
the
love
world.
that point, and it's not being show offy or anything
No.
like that. It's not a negative thing.
No.
It's a
No.
positive thing.
It's a very
But
good
I
thing.
think people have been taught that it's the modesty. People have a misconception of
Yes,
what modesty is.
modesty is.
Modesty does not mean that you can't like yourself.
Exactly.
It's like if you don't like yourself,
Yeah.
no one else is going
They
to
call
like
it
you.
like conceited. If you like yourself, it's like,
Yes.
oh,
Yes.
like,
And
like,
it's,
well,
it's,
if you're
it's
not,
backwards.
you know, how can you
Yeah.
expect somebody else to if you don't? You know, and I love what you said at the beginning about the depression and anxiety. And I think if everyone started with feeling
They're
fine
their
with
self.
themselves
Yes.
and then brought themselves to the relationship,
Yes.
then they feel a little bit better. That makes the other person feel better.
feel
I think
better.
that's
Yeah.
kind of one of
Yes.
those first step starts.
Yes,
yeah,
I
you
agree.
get,
I
you
love
get
that
what
you
you
put
get
that
what
on
you
there.
give to others. You know, you
You-
give good
Yes.
stuff.
You
you
can't
Yes.
teach something that you don't,
And-
that
yeah.
you haven't learned.
Yes.
Right.
You can't
That's
teach
true.
something
Right.
that you
That
haven't
is so
learned.
true. So true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. This has been cool. I can
I
keep
know,
doing
this
this
is-
for hours.
I know.
So-
That's Darla, business coach, can do it for hours. You know? That's your new hashtag.
Yeah. This is amazing.
She's like business
Business,
coaching for
coaching,
hours.
psychology. I
Yeah,
love it.
yeah, she's just like
Love it.
she reminds me of me when I sit up at night and I watch the PBS channel. My whole family looks at me like, "Who watches that?"
And you're like,
My mom
All
loves
night.
it.
I brain science, like who does that?
Yeah,
You're weird.
I know.
And I'm like, well, I'm weird in a
No.
really good way.
Yeah, you found your community of weirdness right here, girl.
That's right.
We're all
It's
in.
good. It's a good weird.
It's a good weird. We like ourselves and we like you.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, and then they go to figure, you know, and then I go to pursue a PhD
Yeah.
in psychology.
Yeah, well, of
Like,
course.
Yes.
Yes.
of course, yeah.
Psychology has got to be one of the
Love
greatest
it.
sciences.
I love
I
it.
really think it is
Yes.
because
Yeah.
and the other thing that's amazing is I know people that are doctors and psychiatrists and stuff, but they really haven't figured it out.
Yeah.
They really have
Yeah.
no clue
Yeah.
of the science that they're studying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They either went into it for the wrong reason because it pays well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
or
Which it does.
it does.
Yes, it can do.
And a lot of us go into it because we want to fix
Yes.
something.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
like we're fixers.
Yes.
We're all
Yeah.
fixers.
Yep.
But you got to start with fixing you.
Yes, exactly. And I
very
think
huge
with
question.
that comes that humility with other people. When
Yes.
you know what you've gone through in your own journey
Yes.
to work on yourself, you then
can help
have
others.
that love and honoring for someone else and
Yes.
can be there for them.
That, you know what that reminds me of? You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of the family you saw in here earlier, Kelly Robinson. On her Facebook page, it says happiness is an inside job.
Yes.
That's what that reminded me
Yes,
of.
Kelly.
That reminded me of Kelly.
Yes.
My mom has a thing on her wall by her desk that says happiness is a choice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's-
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah. And it really is. You have to choose.
Yep. Definitely.
Good stuff.
Yes.
Well, I know everybody's kind of like, they went over their time. And I'm like, yeah, we did. We're like, oh,
We were
well.
having fun.
You
We're
know,
doing spirit fingers now.
Yeah, we're gonna go over a little bit longer here, but it's all good.
It's
You
all
know,
good,
we know
yeah.
you want to hear what we got going on here. All right. So, what else would you? What else do you have had going on since the last time you were here?
Yeah.
Anything you got going on coming up here?
I'm taking on a new task.
Okay.
I'm learning how to trade stock.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
wow.
Yeah. And
That is
You know how you
amazing.
have your 401k and your this
Yes,
and your that
yes.
and your IRAs and everything? I'm learning how to do it myself.
Oh,
So
how
now
cool.
when I look at that 401k or
You
that
know what
IRA,
it
I'm
says.
going to know what it's about.
That's fantastic.
And
I
that
love
broker's
that.
not going to be able to get anything
I
over
love
on me.
it. No, that's fantastic.
I
How
love that.
exciting.
That's
what a fun
neat.
thing to do. Of course, I'm a numbers girl too, so I
So
love that.
I
kind of
love
stuff.
that. And I have a saying, I'm never too old to learn and I'm never too busy to listen.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
I love
I
that.
love that. That's fantastic.
Yeah. So,
Fantastic.
I think we can all learn from that one.
Yeah.
That goes rolls into relationships.
Yeah.
exactly.
And
It goes
everything.
across the board
Everything.
with everything.
Yeah.
And relationships are so complex because you have two people. Did you want me
Yes.
to hold that?
Yes.
Okay. I want to say something.
Would,
really
would
quick.
you talk about
Yes,
this a little
yes,
bit too?
please.
Because
Okay,
yes,
so this
I love mine and
little book has some little. I have stories in it, but mostly it's a journal book. So if you follow the process, it is literally. I wrote it to be the simplest format you can possibly imagine for starting your goals.
it's very clear.
It's very clear and it's very
Coming from
simple.
Angel, it's very clear. Let me tell
And
you.
I promise, if you do this every day, and of course most people can't do it every day because our lives get us and we get busy. But if you do this, I've not had anybody who's used this book come back and tell me it didn't make a difference.
It's like the making the bed. The
Yes,
little,
it
the little
really
things,
is.
and it's
Yeah.
going to
And
add
it's
up
so
in the
easy
end.
because you don't have to think hard.
Right.
It's not a think hard
Right.
book. It's not like
Yeah.
you have to strategize and
Right.
plan. You just have to write what's on your
it's
head.
almost a little relieving to do it. It's like it feels like
Yeah.
I'm
It's
using
kind of like
my-
putting out the ghost.
Excellent.
It
excellent.
feels like a relief
Yes.
in it, and it also is it is easy to use, and so it's like this kind of relief. I get that out, it's done. It's also
Yeah.
like, ooh, I did that.
I
I'm
did
done
that,
with
yeah,
that.
accomplishment.
And it's a little
Yeah.
bit. It's not
Yes.
like
It's
a
not
huge long
overwhelming.
thing. It's
Yes.
just, it's kind of a little bit with
Yeah.
it. So it is fabulous.
So where can they find the book?
On Amazon and at lifespowerstore.com.
And of course, you will put on the thread here
Yes.
where they can find
Yes,
it. Is that
we
right?
will add all of
You'll
those
add that
things,
on
yeah.
there.
Yes.
And how much is the book?
The book is normally $15.95, but for everybody listening today, on Amazon you have to pay
You have to do
whatever
that. Yeah.
Amazon has on
Yeah.
there. But if you go to Life's Power Store, I will actually give Shelly a discount code, and anybody that's listening to this show can put in a discount code.
Oh, that's
Okay.
for less.
So if
You're
we
gonna
do
wanna
like
do it.
So if we do
Yeah.
like a discount code like EDFIN or something like
Yes.
that.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Okay.
cool.
We'll do EDFIN.
All right, there
We'll
you
do
go.
EDFIN. That's
There you
easy.
go.
Everybody will remember.
Yes.
I will have it put on there by tomorrow morning.
Oh,
Okay.
that's fabulous.
All right, and we'll tag it on here. So those of you out there that, let's say you want to got Christmas coming up
Oh yes.
You know, the
Oh, it's
holidays.
a great.
It's
It
a
would be a
great
great gift.
for your students, for friends,
First to school.
Yes.
I've got my college student, his senior year this year. Just
There you go.
Going back, that would be a really good one for him this year.
Graduation gifts gonna
Yeah.
be coming up here for this next year. You know,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
gifts of the
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That'll be fabulous.
So there you go. And anything you want to tell anybody out there that we haven't already talked about so many times?
No, right.
I'm sure there's something we left out.
We love you all.
Yes.
We love you all. Okay.
Yes.
And
What did we do, Willie?
He's calling on the phone. It's okay. So I know we went a little bit longer tonight,
Stop,
but it's
ladies.
He's probably like, you're over 8 o'clock. Yes. Our tech guy just called us. Who knows what's going on?
That was fun.
These
great.
women won't quit.
I know, he's like, it's 8 o'clock.
He's always working. Whether he's here or not, he's always working.
We love you, Willie.
We love you, Willie.
Thank you, Willie.
EDFIN's Web and ITI, yeah, that does all of this for
Yeah,
us
he's
here and all
amazing.
electronics and everything
Yes,
here.
yeah.
So we're gonna say goodbye to all of you. Have a fabulous weekend. All right, and I want to thank Darla Delane for the last minute for coming on.
Thank you,
because,
hon.
you're welcome. Because Nancy Corday, the Mediterranean chef, could not be here tonight because she had an event to go to. So
Yes.
Darla, our international business marketing coach,
Yes.
speaker, and now published
Published.
author. Okay, and then thank you.
Thank you.
Oh,
Joe.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Thank you
Bye-bye,
so much.
everyone.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Bye-bye. We'll see
Bye.
you next week. Bye bye.